Hi, I'm Kristen Bell, and today I'm going to show you my everyday skincare routine and also my everyday makeup look. I'm starting having just gotten off work, so I'm wearing quite a bit of makeup. When I get off work, if it's midday, I'll take all of it off. I take my eye makeup off with Happy Dance coconut oil. It's just coconut oil and CBD, and it's so incredibly moisturizing. I use a little reusable makeup taker offer. My skin is pretty sensitive, and if I were to sleep in makeup, I would look like a zombie in the morning. It would not be good. So I have to make sure that when I'm done wearing it, I'm cleansing my face properly and making sure that I'm treating it well, I'm moisturizing it properly. Otherwise, it just gets angry and red and it's awful. And now I've got all the color off, and I am absolutely addicted to the Clarisonic. So I have my trusty old one from years ago, and I've been obviously scouring eBay to make sure that I still have one since they don't make them anymore. So I get a tiny bit of exfoliation every day with my Clarisonic. And I use a cleanser from Institutium called Transformative Melting Cleanser. It goes from kind of an oil to a gel feel. It's like this, and I'll use about this much. And I just give it a really nice once over, and this is where it starts to bubble. I've actually traveled like on a press tour to New York and forgotten my Clarisonic and panicked on the plane. And then the second I get off the plane, I like have to stop at a beauty store to pick up a Clarisonic. I mean, this was years ago, but I literally can't live without it. I still do get breakouts. We got a little frenemy right there. You know, I'm 41, but my skin isn't afraid to break out. I will use like 4 drops of the active serum from IS Clinical, which I really, really love. I don't know, 4-5 drops in your hands. And it really kind of feels like, if anyone remembers high school from the mid-90s when you used Seabreeze on your face and you kind of smelled like antiseptic, but it was the only thing that kept the pimples away. That's what it feels like. It's really light. It's just like a water. And after that, normally I have quite a bit of redness, and I correct it with the SkinCeuticals Phyto Corrector Gel. I use, I guess, about that much. Well, that was kind of a lot. It neutralizes the redness as it digests into your skin. My husband pretends like he doesn't care about skincare at all, but he is all up in my cabinet. He uses everything I use, and he like will secretly watch what I'm using and then steal it. And I'll think it's the kids, but I'll find it in his medicine cabinet. So usually I buy duplicates of everything because I know he's just gonna get his hand on it. I love this Dr. Barbara Sturm eye cream. It's really, really light, and it's sort of like feels a little bit more like a gel. And sometimes the little trick is the skin under your eye, the skin on your neck, and the skin on your lips is thinner than the rest of your body, which is why it needs a different cream. So if I've got any excess, boom, it's a lip balm. When you're focused on skincare, I think people miss the steps that affect the skin so much, which is like your mental health or your stress. And if I'm stressed, my eczema is flaring or I will break out. It's so linked. So I feel like it has to be integrated. So I definitely also, for my skin, make sure that I have 8 or 9, I'm greedy, hours of sleep a night, which is hard. It's really hard to maintain, but it's what makes my body and my skin and my overall wellness feel the best. And also hydration. I'm drinking water throughout the day, and if I don't feel like drinking water, I'm just drinking something that I can get through. And the other great thing that I find is calming to my skin is meditation, believe it or not. Because it's calming to my mind, it's not something I do every day. I try desperately, but I give myself forgiveness when I can't. But if I can find 10 minutes once or even twice a week, my whole body, my digestion, my skin, my attitude, it's all calmer. I studied transcendental meditation studied. You take a class, they teach you how to do it, and then you go off into the world and use it whenever you need to. And it is an incredibly helpful tool to regulate yourself. I created a line called Happy Dance, and I think I might have created the perfect moisturizer. It's my absolute favorite. It's got CBD 150 milligrams for the whole pot. It also has a base of avocado oil. The omega oils are really good for your skin. Okay, life wouldn't be life without SPF. So I use the Hello Bello Mineral Sunscreen SPF. I love the way it smells. Since it's midday, I'm obviously still gonna put SPF on. I certainly wish that I had worn SPF a lot more when I was younger. I didn't do a bad job of it, but you know, as you're older and turning 41 and you're looking at the brown spots on your skin, you're like, dang, I should have worn a hat my whole life. Daytime look, everyday daytime. I use a tinted moisturizer and I use 2 squirts because it's really, really light. Then if there's any place I need a little extra coverage, I use a CC cream, which also, this is gonna shock you, has SPF. It has SPF 50. And since I have so much redness, I will just do the lightest coat on sort of my T-zone. I used to wear a lot more makeup than I do now. I used to feel like I was so concerned with like forward-facing, presentational, how I look. And I think in my 30s and 40s, I realized it really is more about health and how I feel. And that's kind of what I'm coming to terms with my skin is I want my skin to feel healthy at all times. I wear the tiniest bit of concealer because it's kind of brightening, and I'll just do 1 or 2 dots here. And then one thing that is really, really important to me is eyebrows, because I don't have a ton. They kind of stop about here. Nobody's living here. People should be living here. Nobody's living there. I will just let them know. Let's just fill y'all out. Here we go. Look at the difference. I have such small, deep set eyes that if I'm wearing eye makeup, like real eye makeup, I have to have some sort of falsies on to widen my eyes because they're just so deep set. For lid, I use a little pot, Jamie Makeup. She makes really cute little pots, and I'll just do a quick swipe there and then wipe it off, and a quick swipe here and then wipe it off. Because really I don't want to look like I have much eyeshadow on, I just want the depth. I love these Tata Harper pots. Sometimes I'll also use this on my eyelids, but I have a tiny little pusher brush is what I call it, because all my goal is to do that. That and we're out. There you go, we're done. Nothing more than that. And it's a cream, so everything stays dewy and moisturized. Bronzer brush. So a lot of the characters that I have played haven't worn a ton of makeup, and that's because mainly I think it's always been about my skin health, that if I were taking so much on all the time and had to come home and wash all that off. And sometimes we're working nights and your skin produces different oils overnight. So it doesn't know really if it's day or night. So I'm getting way oilier on a night shoot, and I just would prefer to kind of keep it as natural as possible. I like brown mascara, and I like it to be really thin and watery because again, I don't want much. I just want to enhance ever so slightly because I want it to appear like I don't really have a lot, and that's like more than enough for me. So as far as application, I definitely focus on this outer corner here to bring my eye out, because bringing my eyes wider is not gonna happen. That's against the geography of my face. So I try to pull out here to give it a little lift. A little bit of lip tint. I am absolutely in love with Charlotte Tilbury's Pillow Talk. And I find when my kids always want to borrow my makeup, they always want to use it. And I didn't know how to handle that. But I think I've come to the conclusion that I think makeup and skincare, it's exactly like clothing. I don't ever say to them, you shouldn't wear that because you're a certain age, because there aren't really shoulds or shouldn'ts with makeup. If they want to wear a crazy eyeshadow and a crazy lip, that doesn't say anything about them other than the fact that they wanted to color their face. I don't necessarily think there has to be an age where they can start using makeup, and I certainly don't want them to feel insecure. I try to focus on, how do you feel when this is happening? Do you want something like a glittery eyeshadow on your eyes, or does it feel scratchy? Like, always focusing on how it's feeling. Does it make you feel fun to have a lipstick on? Then wear it. And you know, people may think I'm crazy, but I'm not old school that I think there's anything wrong with a girl who's 6 or 8 years old wanting to have fun with colors on her face. Well, that was my daytime look skincare routine. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye.